What would you do if you had access to Rick's nifty gadgets for just a day? Would you freeze time and enjoy a long holiday for your 9 to 5, or would you prefer to travel to an alternate universe? Rick and Morty has some crazy tech, and honestly, I am jealous. I mean, who wouldn't want to watch bizarre television shows from a different universe?
Hey John, it's me, Gazorpazorp Field. Boy, you John, you f***ing dumb, stupid idiot.
Today, I'll be ranking all these gadgets from S tier to F tier, considering how useful they would be in real life, so let's get started. Number 1 should definitely be Rick's most iconic invention. It was first invented by Rick Prime, who showed up in C-137's garage one day to offer it to him.
You're about to invent something much more powerful. What? Pass. Excuse me? Bro, Ricks don't pass on this.
When he was refused, he got really mad and bombed his house, killing Beth and Diane. To get his revenge, C-137 had to invent his own portal gun so he could find Rick Prime across dimensions. It's really cool. It lets you travel through alternate universes. It's basically the reason Rick and Morty get to go on so many cool adventures without a passport or plane ticket, may I add. Forget other countries, imagine going to new dimensions. I'd love to have them. There'd always be new places I can go, like Boot World or Freebie Land. Honestly, I'd even go to Butt World. And all I'd have to do is press a button. But it can also be a bad thing if you're not careful and depend on it too much, like Rick very regularly does. Remember when they Cronenberg their actual dimension all because Morty's plan to get Jessica with a love potion had to move? Yeah, can't blame him. I'd probably do the same thing if I had the portal gun. Just leave when things get too rough. It's like a get out of jail free card, making it way too easy to ignore the consequences of your actions. Very nice. This one is definitely S tier. This is the vehicle he uses everywhere he goes. It's also the one armed with neutrino bombs and a whole lot of empty booze bottles. That's part of its charm, I guess. It's been through a lot and survived some crazy adventures.
Flat tire. You should be walking.
Oof. Yeah.
Rick actually programmed its AI to speak with Diane's voice, its dead wife, who was wiped out of existence by Rick Prime.
I can see why you hate him.
And she sounds like our wife. Like in a fucked up robot way, but that's definitely her voice.
At first, it just looked like a futuristic Tesla, but it's not. It can detect threats in less than a second, deploy weapons, create ghosts, trap mines, in eternal nightmares no less, and negotiate too.
What's going on?
I have brokered a peace agreement between the giant spiders and the government.
All of which it did to keep Summer safe. Oh, and did I mention the entire thing is powered by a real mini-universe?
You have a whole planet sitting around making your power for you? That's slavery!
It's society.
How cool is that? If Rick was a medieval knight, this shabby hunk of metal would be his trusty steed, but with more lasers. If he was a witch, the spacecraft would be his black cat. You get my point. I'd have to put this down as an A-tier gadget. Right at the beginning of the pilot episode, we learn all about Rick's god complex. In a drunken haze, he comes up with the idea to detonate a neutrino bomb to reset humanity and start a new Adam and Eve-like world with Morty and his high school crush Jessica.
I had to make a bomb, Morty. I had to create a bomb.
What? A bomb?
We're gonna drop it down there. Get a whole fresh start. Create a whole fresh start.
That's absolutely crazy.
The bomb releases fatal amounts of neutrinos when set off that pass through matter really fast. And by fast, I mean the entire world's population will die in less than a second. Wow. Makes sense why Morty disarmed most of them during Rick's drinking sprees.
I'll disarm the drunkenly improvised neutrino bomb. There's a 40% chance it's a dud, but you should still stay back.
Morty, how many of these?
Too many, Rick! Too many!
If I had a bomb like this, I'd hold the entire world hostage and demand crazy ransom like.
$100 billion.
World leaders might have a hard time getting along, but such a huge threat would make them put aside their differences and work together. Am I right? No wonder Rick is such a narcissist. If I had a bomb like this and a portal gun, my ego too would be the size of Mount Everest. The neutrino bomb might not be that cool, but its sheer power makes it a B tier. Now, for yet another cool gadget we see in the show's first episode, the freeze ray doesn't kill anyone. It just freezes people in time like a statue. It's completely reversible, but here's the catch. While they're in this state, they're extremely fragile, and if they topple over and break, they die. When Rick was trying to grab Morty from school to go on an adventure, he ended up freezing Hallecky, Morty's bully, so they could get away from him.
Big mistake, Morty. Now I'm gonna cut you. Because my family's rich.
Unfortunately, he also happened to be Summer's crush. That's when she saw him and accidentally knocked him over.
Hi, Frank.
Broke into smithereens, like pottery. I'd love to get my hands on one of these. It could be a life-changing in a bunch of situations. Like, imagine if there's an emergency and someone's having a heart attack. You could just use the ray on them and unfreeze them once you got to the hospital. It could literally save lives. Or you're a cop, and rather than going on a long chase after a criminal, you could just freeze them and arrest them that way. At the very least, if you want to make something cold in a flash, you could do that too. Imagine having a room temp soda be icy cold in a second. That sounds pretty great, actually. Definitely an A-tier gadget for me. We saw the Dream Interceptor in the second episode of Season 1, when Rick and Morty use it to get into Morty's math teacher's dreams, like in Inception.
It's just like that movie that you keep crowing about.
You talking about Inception?
That's right, Morty. This is gonna be a lot like that, except, it's gonna maybe make sense.
The device lets you enter someone else's dream, like a shared lucid dream. The person entering the dream will be completely aware they're in a dream and can control and explore the dream world as they want. It's basically like dream hacking. Rick's reason for using it was kind of lame. He just wanted to make sure that Mr. Goldenfold gave Morty good grades so that Beth would back off Morty and they could keep cutting glass and join him on adventures.
Jeez, Rick, in the time it took you to make this thing, couldn't you have just, helped me with my homework?
Are you listening to me, Morty? Homework is stupid.
To be fair, I had Rick as a grandpa. I'd probably never go to school again myself. I mean, my gramps can literally end this world in 2 seconds. What can yours do? If this device really existed though, it could be used to help people who have recurring nightmares. Someone else could enter and change the dream for them.
Whoa! Summer!
Or if you feel like you never got the closure you needed in a situation, you could recreate it in a dream and move past it that way. Besides, there's also the most obvious use. You could enter your crush's dreams and constantly be on their mind. That's totally what I do. If I really hate someone, I'd enter their dream and do whatever they wanted to do. No consequences. For me, this would be a C-tier gadget. This one's double-edged sword. We saw the cognition amplifier in the same episode as our last gadget, and this one was also used by Rick to solve a really small problem. Jerry was complaining about their dog, Mr. Snivels, peeing on the carpet.
Outside? Are you kidding me?
Rick built it for him, and at first it was great. He started peeing in the toilet.
Go to the bathroom.
No way.
But in usual Rick and Morty fashion, things escalated real quick.
Where are my testicles, Summer?
Mr. Sniffles started a robot dog army and planned to take over the world. Nothing new for Rick. Fix one problem, create a dozen others. But what if the device was real? You wouldn't have to worry about finding your pets a babysitter while going on vacation anymore. Of course, you might come back to find a whole army of them, but they'll feed and clean and look after themselves. It would really come in handy while studying and doing exams too. Imagine getting perfect grades without having to cram and pull all-nighters. If you're ever arguing with someone, you could just wear the helmet and instantly decimate your opponent. Okay, so this one's definitely a B-tier gadget considering the obvious side effects, but upsides, so cool. In Season 1, Episode 3, Rick uses the shrink ray on Morty and sends him into Reuben, a homeless man's body.
Where do I find Dr. Bloom?
In Reuben.
Reuben, Minnesota?
Reuben on the table, Morty.
Where he built Anatomy Park. This would be a seriously groundbreaking tech in the real world. Imagine doctors shrinking themselves and going inside their patients. Maybe they'd be able to fix stuff without having to perform entire surgeries. Or what if they started taking entire classes of med students inside to teach them firsthand about the human body? If only I had a shrink ray, I'd use it to go wherever I want. I'd never have to worry about being denied entry at the club again, or at a fancy restaurant. Oh, and it would be really easy to commit crime. I'd shrink myself down and get inside museums, shops, and steal whatever I wanted. It sounds too good to be true. It's not all fun and games though. When you're that small, everything else would be gigantic, and that includes some creepy crawlies too. The ones you'd normally step on would now be your worst nightmare. And there's also other people you gotta watch out for using this C-tier gadget. This one was straight up bizarre as hell. In the 5th episode of season 1, we're introduced to a Meeseeks box.
Let me show you how it works. You press this.
I'm Mr. Meeseeks! Look at me!
It's simple. You press a button, and a Mr. Meeseeks will appear. You can give him any task, and once that task is complete, the Meeseeks will simply vanish into thin air because that was their life's purpose. And once that's over, they have no reason to carry on. The premise sounds simple, but again, things go awry fast. Rick gives the box to his family when they complain about not having enough help. Beth and Summer use it without any problems at all. Jerry, on the other hand, wants to learn golf, but he's just so bad at it that the Meeseeks can't help him, and they start going literally insane.
I can't take it anymore! I just want to die! We all want to die! We're Meeseeks!
See, the thing is, a Meeseeks isn't supposed to exist for too long, or else they go a little crazy, which is why they start multiplying and threaten to kill him.
Existence is pain to a Meeseeks, Jerry, and we will do anything to alleviate that pain!
Sounds like a great tool to have. Everyone has chores they don't really like doing, including me. With a Meeseeks box, I'd never have to dread doing the dishes again, or vacuuming. If you want to learn something, you can just press the button and ask the Meeseeks to teach you.
Mr. Meeseeks, I would like to take 2 strokes off my golf game.
Ooh, yeah! Can do!
As long as you don't pull a Jerry. Anyway, an A-tier gadget for me. This one was not what it looked like. In season 1, episode 7, a sex robot catches Morty's eye while he and Rick were at an alien pawn shop.
You know, I thought that robot over there looked pretty cool, you know?
Oh, it looks cool, huh? That's why you want it?
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's different from the stuff on Earth.
Rick, being a cool grandpa, gets it for him, even encouraging him, saying, "Go nuts, kid."
Ugh. All right, back upstairs.
And he does. It's just harmless fun, right? That's what we thought, until the robot spat out an alien baby that's half Morty.
I'm a father now, you know? It's time for me to be responsible. Isn't that right?
Don't name it.
Morty Jr.
Oh, crap, he named it.
It wasn't just a sex robot, it was a baby incubation machine from a planet where the species reproduced through automated fertilization. Imagine if this really existed. There'd probably be no more relationships. Why go through the emotional labor and effort of finding a real partner when you can just do it with a cold, consenting robot? Yikes, Black Mirror match. We're already almost there with AI chatbot companions and sex dolls. I have a good guess as to how it would play out. The government would start slapping on regulations, religious groups would lose their minds, and meanwhile tech companies would be seeing flashing dollar signs everywhere they looked. They'd pump out new models like crazy. Different strokes for different folks, right? For this one, I have to say it's a D-tier gadget. I mean, it might be fun, but we don't want to deal with the baby monster craziness issue, right? Have you ever wondered how your life would turn out if you made slightly different choices?
You're my best friend, Jerry Smith. I love doing cocaine with you.
Whoa, I love doing cocaine with you too, Johnny Depp.
What if you said yes to an opportunity you turned down, or never broke up with your ex? If you had Rick's multiverse goggles, you wouldn't have to wonder anymore. You could just put them on and see for yourself.
I don't see anything.
Well, you should select a different timeline. I mean, if your father and I achieved our dreams, there's a chance you weren't even born. That came out wrong. That came out very wrong.
They let you peek into alternate realities where your life went on a completely different path. It's definitely something Rick's family was curious about. In season 1, episode 8, they try them on and spiral into self-doubt and regret. Everyone starts rethinking all their choices.
All this time you've been thinking, what if that loser Jerry hadn't talked me out of the abortion? Well, now you know.
Oh well, just another day in the Smith household. Honestly, I'd really want to see myself in them. I already know it'd be a terrible idea, but humans, myself included, are curious. Maybe it won't be so bad. Maybe it'll make us all a little more grateful for our lives as they are. But let's be real, we'd all take a look through these C-tier glasses. Nobody really watches TV anymore. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of TV shows, but they're all on streaming services, and cable has kind of become a little obsolete in 2025. But what if you could change the channel and watch something from another universe? That's exactly what Rick's interdimensional cable box is for. We saw this gadget in Season 1, Episode 8.
I just upgraded our cable package with programming from every conceivable reality.
It's a really cool invention that actually lets you take a look at what's going on in other universes without ever having to leave your home. Plugs into your standard TV, streams from alternate realities.
Glenn, this is a court order. It says you can't eat shit anymore.
The shows are extremely surreal, but very entertaining. There was two brothers. How did I get here? Eye holes.
I'm the eye hole man. I'm the only one that's allowed to have eye holes.
And the iconic ball fondlers that was also turned into a movie later on. I'd love to watch cable if I had one of these. Even the commercials wouldn't bother me because they're actually crazy like Ants in My Eyes Johnson.
I'm Ants in My Eyes Johnson. Everything's black. I can't see a thing. And also I can't feel anything either. Did I mention that? But that's not as catchy.
It's like something out of a bad acid trip. I'll admit it, I'd like to watch a TV show from a universe where I'm an actor. If I had one of these, I'd totally cancel all my streaming subscriptions. Who wants to watch Netflix when you have infinite weirdness in your TV? This one's definitely S tier. In Season 1, Episode 9, Rick builds a tiny robot whose life's purpose is an extremely small and mundane task.
What is my purpose?
Pass the butter. Thank you.
To pass the butter. When he tells the robot this, it goes into an existential crisis, not wanting to face the futility of its existence.
What is my purpose?
You pass butter.
Oh my god.
Yeah, welcome to the club, pal.
It's one of the show's most iconic throwaway gags. The poor robot is fully sentient and feels crushed knowing it was made for nothing greater than to pass the dairy product. What I never understood about this one was, if it was made for such a small task, why did Rick go through all the effort of giving it consciousness? It doesn't really need anything except ears to know if the butter is wanted, and arms to pass it on with. This one's definitely D tier. In Season 1, Episode 11, Rick, Morty, and Summer throw a Project X-style rager at their house while Beth and Jerry are off on a cruise ship.
You know there's a garbage, right?
The party leaves the house a total mess, and the gang finds themselves in trouble after the parents come home earlier than expected.
Rick, wake up!
Wait, stop.
Rick, you gotta do something quick! My parents are home! Oh.
Rick pulls out a device that freezes time for everyone except him and the grandkids. Then they get to cleaning, which takes an entire 6 months. Sheesh. Either the party was just that good, or they took their sweet time cleaning up. Reminds me a lot of this movie I saw as a kid, Clock Stoppers. Now, I don't know if the show was referencing that over here, but technology is pretty much the same. In the movie, a kid named Zach owns a device that looks just like your standard wristwatch, which actually freezes time around him. Owning a device like this would be so convenient. You'd never have to worry about deadlines, studying for a paper, or taking time off work. Life would be handled in easy mode with this Tier A device. Rick's particle beam watch is another absurdly powerful gadget that he treats like a household appliance. We see it first in Season 2, Episode 5. It seems like any other regular watch, but when activated it shoots a green laser that vaporizes whatever it lands on instantly. It's a lot like Tony Stark's repulsor, and just like Rick, he too created that all on his own. Not gonna lie, this would be a great murder weapon. You know what they say, there's no crime until a body's been found, and if the body was vaporized instantly, how are they ever gonna know? In the wrong hands, it could be a weapon of mass destruction, even if it is a B-tier device. In Season 2, Episode 6, Rick shrinks himself and Morty when their ship won't start.
Looks like something's wrong with the microverse battery. We're gonna have to go inside.
Go inside what?
The battery, Morty.
They go into the battery to see what's up. Turns out Rick made an entire universe in a box to power his ship.
You have a whole planet sitting around making your power for you? That's slavery!
He literally created intelligent life, gave them electricity, and taught them to generate power for themselves by standing on treadmills, which would make enough for them to power their own city and Rick's car battery. It's like an interdimensional pyramid scheme. On the top of it all is Rick. No wonder he has a god complex. He's probably the closest thing there is to one on Earth. The battery wasn't working because a scientist within the microverse created another microverse for their power. If a battery like this really existed, it'd be the source of free electricity forever. That is, until the battery's microverse did the same thing.
Did you create my universe? Is my universe a miniverse? Microverse!
Teenyverse.
Ugh!
No more power outages or worrying about cranking the AC too high during heat waves. I really don't know why Rick didn't just use one of these to power his entire lab. This battery was definitely A tier. In Season 3's second episode, Rick injects serum into Morty's arm for strength, but it has its own unexpected effects.
Okay.
His arm is super strong now, but it has memories and a mind of its own. Morty is just along for the ride while the arm goes on a rampage to get back at everyone responsible for its past life's end. If I could inject some of that serum into my own arm, minus the memories, I'd definitely punch a few people who've had it coming. I'd also make a bit of extra cash, arm wrestling some tough guys with big bets placed. At the very least, I wouldn't have to make multiple trips to the car after grocery shopping if I had this TSC invention. This was the device the Galactic Federation used to get into Rick's head in Season 3, Episode 1.
What do you guys got me in a Series 9000? You cheap insect fucks didn't think I was worth your best equipment?
Unfortunately, they underestimated Rick, who managed to hack into the device and free himself while leaving one of their agents stranded inside.
This is a memory. You can't alter details of a memory.
True, but you can alter anything you want about a totally fabricated origin story.
It's a lot like the Dream Inceptor, but on a way deeper level. You won't be exploring dreams with this, rather all the contents of a person's brain. Now, real talk. Having one of these in real life would be amazing. Change psychology permanently. Therapists could use it to enter your head and help you get to the root cause of your issues. The police could use it to interrogate subjects and criminals. Not everyone's smart enough to beat it the way Rick did. Imagine, there wouldn't be any more wrongful convictions. The world might actually become a slightly less unfair place if this Tier A device really existed. This machine lets you enlarge certain areas of your body. Summer gets her hands on it, and like any other teenager suffering from body dysmorphia, decides to use it to get freakishly big boobs. She does this unsupervised, and so of course, things go awry and she turns into an inside-out blob, not knowing when to stop. Your plastic surgeon's dream, a way to make boobs bigger without silicone implants or surgery. All you need is 2 seconds zap, and you're there. Social media would make it even more popular. All you need is one celebrity or influencer using it, and everyone would be getting theirs done. Not like there aren't enough procedures going around already. I swear every time I open my phone there's a new beauty standard going around like a flavor of the month. For this one, I'd have to say it's F tier because of how easy it is to mess up. In Season 3, Episode 6, Rick and Morty visit an alien spa to treat themselves and relax. But when they leave, they're surprisingly positive and relaxed.
Where are the toxins? Are you listening, you stupid little garbage person? We're what got removed!
Turns out the spa had a machine that removed their cognitive toxins, meaning the toxins in their minds, meaning all their negative traits, doubts, insecurities, narcissistic qualities, and everything else. These treats turn into a full-fledged Rick and Morty that are stuck in the gooey septic tank in the spa. But the positive Rick and Morty feel great.
Real proud to be your grandpa, Morty.
Thanks, Rick. I love you.
Yeah, motherfucker, yeah, get it! Get some! Right up your fucking bitch ass, you fuck!
Even though they decide to merge themselves and accept their bad qualities, I wouldn't do that. I mean, within one episode, Morty got an apartment, a good job, and a girlfriend. Those are things it can take years to get. If there's a quick fix, why not? The toxic me can rot in a tank for all I care. Meanwhile, I'll be living my best life. I can totally picture these spas opening up here and having a waiting list as long as the wait for GTA 6. I classify this one as D tier only because I'm scared about what my conscious toxic self being trapped in a container would be like. This gadget gives Rick even more god tier powers, something he really doesn't need more of. In Season 3 Episode 8, he used it to extract specific memories from Morty's brain and store them.
What the hell is this?
This, Morty, is my archive of all the experiences you've begged me to remove from your life, lest you go insane. I call them Morty's Mind Blowers.
But when it suits his plans, he can put them back in. This is so wrong on so many levels, I don't even know where to start. It's like next level gaslighting, in a way mind control. Instead of arguing or being nice to Morty, he just deletes the memory, and poor Morty is none the wiser. Convenient and so evil.
I'm gonna kill myself! All those memories just erased! Sitting in this room collecting dust! What's the point of going on if most of everything that happens just ends up sitting in here?
You remember those neuralizers in the Men in Black? It's like those. Instead of gaslighting someone, I'd use it to erase memory whenever I screw up really badly. Seriously though, I only use it when I screw up really badly, and I do mean really bad. Not like every little inconvenience.
Life's short. We shouldn't take things for granted.
Are you saying granite?
Well, yeah.
It's granted with a D. Take things for granted.
Oh, shit.
I'd never have to be embarrassed again. But it's honestly best a device like this stays in the Rick and Morty universe. You just know it'd be trouble if this Tier A invention was around. I mean, imagine what the government could do with this one. And now imagine if they've already done it. Is anything even real? And do I need to take a red or blue pill anytime soon? We all wish we could go talk to our pets and hear what they have to say.
So what do you want?
I want you to take us to the airport and get us 2 first-class tickets to Florida.
Why, I can do that.
In Season 3, Episode 8, Rick gives Morty a tour of his removed memories, and Morty remembers when he was given an experimental gadget, headgear that translates whatever the animals around him are saying.
Gotta keep moving, can't stop, up, down, up, down, up, stop, down.
He came across a gang of squirrels and eavesdropped. You'd imagine squirrels would be talking about cute stuff, right? Like who found the biggest acorn or built the biggest nest.
We need a quorum to pick a new pope in case the Exxon Monsanto thing falls through in Africa.
Nope, it's nothing like that. They're plotting world domination. Literally. And things escalated to the point that he and Rick have to move dimensions. Again.
We have to pack up and move to a new reality, Morty. You know, I said we could only do that a couple of times. We're fucked over here because of these damn squirrels.
Remember what I said about Rick's portal gun addiction? This is what I'm talking about. I would love to get my hands on one of these. I want to know what my pets are saying about me, thinking I can't hear them. Do they really love me, or do they put up with me because I feed them and give them a place to stay? We'd finally figure out what they're really thinking.
Let's see the truth. What in the... Oh, son of a bitch!
I can totally picture some not so wholesome ways people would use this too. What if the government starts training birds to go to enemy hideouts and spy on them? It's very likely this C-tier gadget could change the world. Everyone has qualities that they'd either like to have more or less of. This is what the attribute slider is for. In the first episode of Season 4, we see yet another crazy gadget from Rick. It's a device that lets you dial up or down specific aspects of your personality. Basically, you can edit your personality like a picture. Rather than turning up the brightness, you can turn up your confidence and charm. Now, usually we use alcohol for that, but this comes with its own set of problems.
God, what the fuck?
Imagine being able to turn down your anxiety before a party or turning up your ambition before finals. It's so much easier to crank some dials than put in effort and discipline to really become the person you want to be. I can imagine these selling out faster than the Kylie Lips kits if they ever hit the market. Our dopamine-addled brains want a quick fix to everything nowadays. Who would buy self-help books if they could just use this B-tier gadget? We've all seen Invisibility Cloak in Harry Potter and thought of all the shenanigans we'd get up to if we ever got one. In Rick and Morty, there was a similar gadget, the Invisibility Belt, that we saw in Season 4's finale episode. Who wouldn't want to abuse the power if they got one of these?
Oh God, I knew it. Ugh, this floor isn't level.
Summer did, and she went all out, but I really don't blame her. We'd all be stealing stuff, spying on other people, and using it to avoid others. It'd be completely chaotic. Getting one of these would be like having a license to be your worst self. Kind of like what having the save point remote would be like. Life without consequences. And we all saw how that worked out. Still, if I got the chance, I'd go berserk with it.
Shower's on fire! Step aside, girls! I got this!
I am no better than our boy Morty, and let's be real, neither are you. The invisibility belt hits A tier for me. Would you want to know how you're going to die?
Why are they called death crystals? Do they kill you?
You're thinking of bullets, Morty. Death crystals show you how you're gonna die.
These small shiny crystals don't just show you how you die, but every way it could possibly happen. This stuff would be absolutely traumatizing nightmare fuel for you and me, but Rick and Morty probably doesn't bother them much. I mean, they did bury their own corpses in the backyard where they left the Cronenberg universe. After that, I don't think anything would really get to you. I would not want to use these. It'd definitely just make me even more anxious, and my brain would probably start cooking up some Final Destination style conspiracies, which would stop me from ever leaving my house ever again. Yeah, I'ma skip this one. F tier. You wouldn't have to be a criminal mastermind to get away with illegal stuff anymore if this gadget existed. In Season 4, Episode 3, we see a gadget that plans perfect heists. It's actually an AI, and it's Rick's way of flaunting his supremacy over all those overcomplicated heists in movies that have made an insane amount of twists and turns as part of the plot. He can automate even that. It's not even a task that he deems important enough to really put his mind to.
Wasn't even a heist. All you did was
Write an algorithm based on 2 heist movies I slept through and use it to automate a joyless process you call art? Yeah, I really did, didn't I?
I kinda get it. I mean, what's a heist when you've invented the portal gun, talked to animals, and taken on rats and Russian agents turned into a pickle? This one is an F tier for me again, just because of how boring it will eventually get. The save point remote was essentially Rick's way of turning life into a video game. It was created by Rick in Season 4, Episode 8, at Morty's insistence, who actually came up with the idea.
Oh my god, Rick, this is thank you.
You can thank me later. Go nuts.
Best grandpa ever!
It's one of the most tempting devices on the show, a remote that allows you to save a point in time and return to it like in a game. It's a crazy idea. I don't know why Rick was so dismissive towards Morty when he asked for it. Sounds like a pretty Rick invention from where I'm sitting.
You can't do it.
There is nothing I cannot do.
A play-saving video game thing.
You're a piece of shit!
We're always taught right from the beginning that our actions have consequences, and they do. But if this thing was real, that wouldn't be the case at all. You could commit heinous crimes, slap someone you don't like, revisit an argument with the perfect comeback, ask out whoever you wanted, jump off a cliff, tell your boss how much you hate them, and with a button, it would all be undone. Now, I know that this stuff would actually be happening to different versions of me in different universes, but oh well, that'll be their problem. I'll be having a blast with this S-tier gadget. This crazy invention was Rick's version of life insurance. No matter what happens to him, he won't really die as long as these are around.
Accepting. Rerouted. Backup. Data. Operation. Phoenix. Initiated.
Whether he falls in a vat of acid or crashes his spacecraft, he's going to wake up in a new body like it's any other day. Somehow, Rick returned. It's like a backup hard drive that has all your data in case your computer dies. I guess that's why the episode was titled Rick Die, Rick Pete. Now, how would I use this in real life? Of course, your boy would start treating life like GTA. Having one of these would make dying the same as going back to a save point. Definitely A tier, like we needed any more proof of Rick's genius. Anyway, that was our ranking for these gadgets. If you'd rank them any differently, let us know in the comments below. Got more time to kill? Click here to know 100 useless Rick and Morty facts.